What is going on YouTube? Fesify me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe to the channel as always. So Young Dizz is going to be the next story. A really interesting story to get into, ups and downs with this guy leading to obviously a big down. Let me know who you guys want to see next. I've got tons of ideas. You guys have flooded my DMs. Fesify on Instagram. Message me who you want to see a story on. Anyone that's got an interesting story, it can be crime, it can be anything. Just message me on Instagram or comment below this video who you want to see next.
You get me? Light change, you get me? You know how we do it. Better behind the wall, everything, you know what I'm saying? It's a straight 16, this is how we do it in the 6. Come on, fam.
As far as the intro and facts, Young Dizz's real name is Isaac Donkoh. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it. He's 23 years old. He's from East London, Beckton. He's a drill artist that was up and coming and had some decent attraction, was getting very good views on the net, hundreds of thousands, nearly pushing the millions, and was known on the scene. He posted a lot on Snapchat and stuff, doing certain things and showing off money and stuff like that, and had a flashy side to him, but was very good rapper, and he actually had a decent flow, and a lot of people liked his music. As far as Young Dizz rise on the music scene, Black Box was a big part of it. His Black Box got a lot of views and even done a cypher on Black Box with the likes of Pot of Paper on there, which got him a lot of traction. Other songs come out on Grime Daily called On The Mains, which is on nearly 500,000 views, and various songs with Shoki, Heady One, and a lot of established artists that was really taking off. Shoki was blowing up at the time before his passing, rest in peace. Heady One, look where he is now, and a lot of people made music with him that was very good artist. He had a song called Karma Is a Bitch, he had Quiet Storm as well, and various songs were getting a lot of numbers. Young Dizz would continue to drop tracks across all the biggest platforms across the UK, like Pac-Man TV. He had songs on Grime Daily. He had all the biggest outlets post them, even a Kenny All-Star on Mixtape Madness, and these would get very good numbers. And he started to become bigger and bigger, and his Snapchat following and even his social following was getting bigger and bigger, and he's becoming more known. Young Dizz's biggest song was definitely Time Will Tell, which is on 500,000 views. It's got a lot of numbers. Even for a smaller channel posting it, did very well, 500,000. Young Dizz then would start to post on his own channel, but the videos would soon be deleted after police looking into him and investigating him. Before the storm and the downfall of Young Dizz, he was actually published in the BBC in a positive manner. It was talking about gospel drill music, and he's saying it was the new rhythm and stuff. Basically, the article read this: Young Dizz is the gospel drill and the new rhythm of the streets, ? His lyrics are grabbing souls into church rather than gang rivalries. Really ironic to see this posted just before what actually happened. The BBC was speaking to him, and he had his photography taken, everything, and it was a proper article. It said Young Dizz is a rapper who's popular but has criticisms of drill music. The gang leader who raps about wanting to leave the lifestyle behind. I don't know if he was very caught up in the time of this article and his story. He said but his story is one to be tied and has a narrative for the drill and underground scene. He goes, there's a movement seeking to rehabilitate most violent gang leaders in London. It was sort of saying like he's going to be a positive advocate and stop all the violence when he was really caught up in it himself, which does make sense in a way. But they didn't know how far he was in, and he'd actually been committing crimes probably at the time of this. It said all the people I grew up with and I looked up to were gang members. He said my uncles were involved in it when I was growing up. All I knew was gang, 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 said by Young Dizz, which turned out to obviously be true. He said Dizz tells that Spat Nation is the leaders of helping people that want to escape the gang lifestyle. Spat Nation actually got exposed after Young Dizz for all the stuff they did. All that positive stuff come out about Young Dizz and about him helping and changing other people's life. Everything took a turn for the worse on the 14th of November 2019. Young Dizz Isaac Donkoh was arrested for some horrifying crimes. Quite terrible to say the truth, and I didn't want to believe it to be true, but he was found guilty of these crimes in the end. His charges were very, very serious, and he will serve 12.5 years for the following. It was alleged at the time that he had a very, very gangster reputation, and he was said that he was a murderous musician and stuff like that, but this was portrayed through music, and a lot of people had a certain image of him. But he was charged with kidnapping and torturing a 16-year-old boy and recording the horrifying actions. Like literally, as he's doing things to him and his friends were laughing, recording, and the stuff they made him do and say was crazy. He had to help another 16-year-old boy, which was the defendant in the case, who knew to the victim. They sort of set him up to meet in a certain location, which was in Barking, and once he was in the car, what they done to him was quite horrific. The victim turned up as agreed. They met him near a Ford Mondeo. He was punched in the head and the body and ordered into the vehicle, where he's threatened with a machete. They had plastic bags over his head, and they secured it with an elastic band. Victim told court, "At this point I thought they was gonna kill me." He was driven to the home of one of the younger defendants, where he was held for around 2 hours and subject to violent and humiliating ordeal. He was forced to strip naked. He was filmed. They threatened to cut him up. The victim was even hit over the head with a metal pole, the legs and the arms, and his hair was forcibly cut. It was a torturous event. They even attempted to pour boiling hot water over his head and forced him to swallow a cannabis joint, and also threatened him with scissors. His parents were called and forced to pay £1,500 for his release. It was a really horrific incident, and really distressing. Imagine the victim, like how he felt being only 16 years old, and how much his family must have been distraught of hearing what happened to him. He was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. He pleaded guilty to kidnap and conspiracy to force imprisonment, conspiracy to blackmail, and perverting the court of justice. So while young Dizz was locked up, a tune was released called 12.5 by him, which is how long he's got in jail, and it was him addressing and defending himself in the situation and addressing all the issues. I'm going to break this song down and go through bits and pieces in it, but let me know what you guys think of the tune. It keeps getting re-uploaded on all different YouTube channels. It was on his main channel, then they removed it or whatever, but I'm going to break this down bit by bit, so don't get removed from me uploading it for copyright, but I'm going to break this down for you guys.
With twin, they flagged that down a security risk. 6-week trial, witness lying in court, now the jury thinks I'm sick. They said bad character, played my vids in court and said I'm the prince of the six. Let's be real, think I'll risk it all for 15 bills. 15 bills I spend on petty, 15 bills can't buy my grills.
This is a very good point to start off with. All drill rappers are already going to have bad character just because what they rap about. Of course, anyone's going to look at you and think, you know what, you guys are rapping about this. You do it. It doesn't mean they're guilty though, never. So them using that against him was definitely a tactic that might have added more years on, just a scare tactic of the jury. And him also breaking down that he didn't need the money. Well, that's questionable. We don't know that. But if he had money already, why would he risk it all for 1,500 is a very good point.
Solicitor said it's hard to say. He don't really think I'll bust this case. We caught him out on several lies. I see the look on the jury's face. They set a man up to fail. True greatness will always prevail. I did not once apply for bail, cause I knew deep down I was heading to jail.
This is very interesting. He did actually bust some of the charges on there. There was a lot more charges put forward, and some of them, the people that was prosecuting was proved to be a liar in, so he got off with. A lot of the times when they're proved to be a liar, sometimes the whole case can get thrown out.
Don't want me gone, they don't even care if I'm right or wrong. Witness scared to snitch in court, so a video link just singing songs. I pled guilty, it's long, pain in my heart even though I'm strong. Prosecution still offered no deal, and that's when I knew that now is on.
This is a huge thing. A lot of people, when they're accused of a crime, just to get out of the way, will plead guilty. They don't want to go through all the legal troubles of going through trial, going back and forth from court years and years. Sometimes trials can go on for years, so a lot of people do plead guilty just to get out of the way.
He can call himself my friend. Little man ran off with a pack. What was he thinking? He must have been fresh. It didn't take long for a drop. 3 hours later.
Also in this part of the song, he was talking about a guy running off with a pack. Obviously he asked, you see back on, I was talking about the case, he asked the guy for 1,500 off his mum, but if you run off with a pack, that was actually owed to young Dizz.
His jewels got robbed like months ago, and he didn't say shit. Now I'm in jail and his brethren gassed him, so he's out here writing scripts. I'll do what I wanna, that's why man's jewels got robbed. And if I wanna, I'll get man blazed on gods.
This part of the song about the jewels was allegedly shots at Mo Stack, who was talking when he went inside but wasn't saying anything when he was out, and Mo Stack actually responded to this part of the song.
His jewels got robbed like months ago, and he didn't say shit. Now I'm in jail and his brethren gassed him, so he's out here writing scripts. I'll do what I wanna, that's why man's jewels got robbed. And if I wanna, I'll get man blazed on gods.
You wanna hear it? You wanna hear the tune? Right, let me show you the tune. Let me show you the tune. Let me show you the tune, my nigga. We ain't doing all that disrespectful shit. Let's not listen.
His jewels got robbed like months ago. Shit. Well, wanna. Jewels got robbed. Oh, God.
No, all jokes aside, I can't front. Whether he's dissing me or not, he did go hard on that track. I can't front. I'm not hating hard, innit? I ain't gonna front. Fuck it. Gang shit.
As far as his future, he's got to serve a lot of time inside. Maybe he'll do half his sentence and come out in 6, but what he did was seriously wrong and he needs to learn from his actions. It's a 16-year-old boy. He was found guilty and pleaded guilty to a lot of it, and even admitted parts of it in the song, which is a lot of wrongdoing. Will he be able to make another career in music and come back? We don't know. Depends. Certain people will forgive him and certain people won't. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment who you want to see next on these story videos. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.